2 Kings chapter 18. And it came to be in the 3rd year of Hoshea, son of Elah, sovereign of Israel, that Hiskiah, son of Ahaz, sovereign of Yehudah, began to reign. He was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Yerushalayim. And his mother's name was Abi, daughter of Zechariah. And he did what was right in the eyes of Yah, according to all that his father Dawid did. He took away the high places and broke the pillars, and cut down the Asherah, and broke in pieces the bronze serpent which Moshe had made. For unto those days the children of Israel burned incense to it, and called it Nehushtan. He put his trust in Yah, Elohim of Israel, and after him was none like him among all the sovereigns of Yehudah, nor who were before him. And he clung to Yah. He did not turn away from following him, but guarded his commands which Yah had commanded Moshe. And Yah was with him. Wherever he went, he acted wisely. And he rebelled against the sovereign of Asher, and did not serve him. He struck the Philistines as far as Azzah and its borders, from watchtower unto the walled city. And it came to be in the 4th year of sovereign Hiskiyahu, which was the 7th year of Hoshea, son of Elah, sovereign of Israel, that Shalmaneser, sovereign of Asher, came up against Shomeron and besieged it. And they captured it at the end of 3 years. In the 6th year of Hiskiah, that is the 9th year of Hoshea, sovereign of Israel, Shomeron was captured. And the sovereign of Asher exiled Israel to Asher, and placed them in Halah, in Habor, in river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes, because they did not obey the voice of Yah their Elohim, but transgressed his covenant, all that Moshe the servant of Yah had commanded, and they did not obey nor do them. And in the 14th year of the sovereign Hiskiyahu, Shanharib, sovereign of Asher, came up against all the walled cities of Yehudah, and captured them. And Hiskiah, sovereign of Yehudah, sent the sovereign of Asher at Lachish, saying, I have done wrong. Turn away from me. I shall bear whatever you impose on me. And the sovereign of Asher imposed upon Hiskiah, the sovereign of Yehudah, 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. And Hiskiah gave him all the silver that was found in the house of Yah, and in the treasuries of the sovereign's house. At that time, Hiskiah cut off the doors of the hekel of Yah, and the doorposts which Hiskiah, sovereign of Yehudah, had overlaid, and gave it to the sovereign of Asher. And the sovereign of Asher sent the Tartan, and the Rapsaris, and the Rapshakeh of Lachish, with a great army against Yerushalayim, to sovereign Hiskiyahu. And they went up and came to Yerushalayim. And when they had come up, they came and stood by the channel of the upper pool, which was on the highway to the launderer's field. And they called to the sovereign, and Eliakim, son of Hilkiyahu, who was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and Joah, son of Asaph, the recorder, came out to them. And the Rapshakeh said to them, Please say to Hiskiyahu, Thus said the great sovereign, the sovereign of Asher, What is this trust in which you have trusted? You have spoken of having counsel and strength for battle, but they are only words of the lips. And in whom do you trust that you rebel against me? Now look, you have put your trust in the staff of this crushed reed, Mitzrayim, on which if a man leans, it shall go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh sovereign of Mitzrayim to all who trust in him. But when you say to me, we trust in Yah our Elohim, is it not he whose high places and whose slaughter places Hiskiyahu has taken away, and said to Yehudah in Yerushalayim, Bow yourselves before the slaughter place in Yerushalayim? And now I urge you, give a pledge to my master the sovereign of Asher. Then I give you 2,000 horses, if you are able to put riders on them. And how do you turn back the face of one commander of the least of my master's servants, and trust in Mitzrayim for chariots and horsemen? Have I now come up without Yah against this place to destroy it? Yah said to me, Go up against this land, and you shall destroy it. Then said Eliakim, son of Hilkiyahu, and Shebna, and Yoah, and Rabshakeh, Please speak to your servants in Aramaic, for we understand it. And you do not speak to us in the language of Yehuda, in the ears of the people on the wall. And Rabshakeh said to them, Has my master sent me to your master, and to you to speak these words, and not to the men sitting on the wall to eat their own dung and drink their own urine with you? And the Rabshakeh stood and called out with a loud voice in the language of Yehuda, and spoke and said, Hear the word of the great sovereign, the sovereign of Asher. Thus said the sovereign, Do not let Hizkiyahu deceive you, for he is unable to deliver you out of his hand. And do not let Hizkiyahu make you trust in Yah, saying, Yah shall certainly deliver us, and this city is not given into the hand of the sovereign of Asher. Do not listen to Hizkiyahu, for thus said the sovereign of Asher, Make peace with me by a present, and come out to me, and let each of you eat from his own vine, and each from his own fig tree, and each of you drink the waters of his own cistern, until I come. Then I shall take you away to a land like your own, a land of grain and new wine, and a land of bread and vineyards, a land of olive trees and honey, and live and not die. But do not listen to Hizkiyahu, when he misleads you, saying, Yah shall deliver us. Has any of the mighty ones of the nations at all delivered his land from the hand of the sovereign of Asher? Where are the mighty ones of Hamath and Arpad? Where are the mighty ones of Shafar Wayim and Henna and Ewa? Did they deliver Shomeron from my hand? Who among all the mighty ones of the lands have delivered their land out of my hand, that Yah should deliver Yerushalayim from my hand? But the people were silent and did not answer him a word, for the command of the sovereign was, Do not answer him. And Eliakim, son of Hilkiah, who was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and Yoah, son of Asaph, the recorder, came to Hizkiyahu with their garments torn, and they reported to him the words of Rabshakeh.